I remember being in college and sitting in my class. I was taking web design courses, I was taking digital marketing courses, and I actually learned more on YouTube and other sources than I did in my school. In fact, I remember sitting down in class. We had about 2 classes per week, and I would show up. They would be 1 to 2 hours. The stuff we were learning was slower paced than what I could learn by myself, and the information was outdated. And although I ended up finishing these digital marketing courses and the web design courses, what it did was it gave me a lot of confidence, and I shortly after stopped going to college, and I realized that self-education and teaching myself digital marketing was going to be the path. I can learn all the newest strategies alone. It gave me a huge competitive advantage as well because I can learn way faster. Think about it. If you're taking 2 classes every single week, you have to go along with this program. If you understand something really well, you can't just skip to the next subject. But if you're studying yourself, you can take extra effort and learn things and really make sure that you understand the ins and outs. Now, when I did this, when I was 20 years old, there were way less resources than you have now. In fact, I'm gonna give you a bunch of cheap resources and even free resources and give you my experience on how I landed a job in digital marketing and then how I've grown my own digital marketing agency, scaled it to over $20,000 per month, and travel full-time while I do it. The top resources that I used were YouTube and Udemy. And back then, the Udemy courses were more expensive and they weren't even as in-depth as they are today. And I didn't have much money, by the way. I was making minimum wage. My family struggled. We moved here on refugee status from Ukraine. I didn't start from much, but on Udemy, I was able to pay $20, $30 for a course. And the cool thing about digital marketing is there's so many sub niches within it, right? Facebook ads, copywriting, SEO. There's so many different subcategories that you can go into and dive into that universities and colleges don't teach you. So what you need to understand is that you have a huge advantage over everyone that's going to school. You have a learning mindset. And when you properly learn how to educate yourself, not in like a classroom setting, you're gonna use that skill for the rest of your life. While the others who went to school, who have this structured approach to marketing, won't have that same advantage as you. The other thing I did was really get into podcasts and business books. Now, you want to make sure that you are constantly learning and educating yourself. And trust me, when you tell your employer, when you start your business, this is going to impact your life, and this is going to make a huge difference. You want to read books like Ultimate Sales Letter by Dan Kennedy. You want to read books like Influence by Robert Cialdini, because at the end of the day, as a digital marketer, it's less about the tools because those always change, but it's more about the psychological principles that you learn. Ultimately, you need to get good at psychology. That's just the truth. You're working with people, you're persuading people, and you have to understand psychology, buying tendencies, copywriting. That's what a lot of this stuff is. Read the 2 books that I just recommended. That's going to be an amazing starting point for you. And if you're thinking to yourself, oh, I don't want to learn copywriting, I'm not going to be a copywriter and write down stuff, I don't like writing, then you need to understand that everything in sales and marketing boils down to copywriting. That is literally taking words and turning them into dollars. It is one of the most valuable skills that you're going to have no matter what skill, no matter what service you get into. When you start getting clients or when you start working at a job, copywriting will help you in everything. Facebook ads, Google ads, SEO, blog writing, content creation. Even if you're doing automations for local businesses, everything revolves around copywriting, so you have to get good at that. So let me tell you about how I landed my first job in digital marketing without any experience, any degree, literally just off studying YouTube videos. So what I did was I went to Indeed.com and I started looking at digital marketing positions. And what I wanted to do was I wanted to make sure that I had a portfolio. I didn't have the fancy degree, bachelor's, master's. So I wanted to make sure that I had something to show my employer on what I can do. It was less about my credentials and more about what I can actually do. And that's what I recommend you do as well. I made sure that I built a portfolio of websites, and I didn't even have that many clients. I got maybe 3 clients before I started applying to jobs. But even though I only had 3 clients, my portfolio was full. I had over 10 different websites listed. I had examples of SEO blog articles. I had Facebook ads that I wrote, and I wasn't even providing this as a service, but I was just practicing. And this became my portfolio, and it also shows initiative. It shows that you're willing to learn. Trust me, I've also been on the other end. After I've gotten these jobs, I've been in a hiring position to where I've hired digital marketers or web designers, and those same people that I am looking to hire don't have any portfolio. They rely so much on their degree and they have nothing to show for it. Imagine hiring a website designer that's never built a website, but they just have a degree in website design. Imagine hiring a digital marketer that's never ever written any kind of marketing campaign in their entire lives. You want to be the opposite of that. So here's what I did. I created websites about businesses that I just saw in my local town. I also made a Craigslist posting and I said, hey, I'm building free websites to build my portfolio. Let me know if this is something that you need. I'll do it completely for free as long as I can use it. And so ultimately, what I ended up doing was signing up these people as paying clients as well as build my portfolio. Now, some of them, of course, I ended up building them a free website. I gave it to them and then I used it. Now, other times I just build websites around stuff that I wanted to. I built a landscaping website. I built like a concrete website. I ended up finding random niches and just building websites for them. And I put that all on my portfolio for people to view on what I can actually do. It's the same thing if you go into marketing. Start writing emails so you have emails to show potential employer. Look at these persuasive emails that I wrote using copywriting principles, right? Start writing blog articles, and you can do all of this yourself. And when you go to an employer or when you actually start to potentially get clients and build your business, this is going to be very impressive for them to see. And if you are applying for a job and someone asks you why you don't have a degree or why you don't have a bachelor's or a master's, which they did for me, then I'm going to give you the best response that you can give them. This is exactly what I did myself to land a high-paying job. I asked them, what would you rather have? Would you rather have a marketer, a digital marketer, a website designer that has built projects like this on their own time, that learned the newest technology by studying everything himself? Or would you rather hire someone that just went to school for 4 years, followed orders, barely got by, probably was drunk for most of the 4 years, and has 0 projects? Who sounds better to you in this position that's ever evolving? Meaning things change. Facebook ads change. Google ads change, right? SEO and blog articles change. All of this stuff evolves. Who would you rather have on your team? And I asked them this exact question. And I know you probably don't want to speak to your interviewer this way, but I'm telling you this will work. That confidence will ooze off of you and it will help them realize that it's true. They do want someone that's a self-starter. They want someone like you who's literally spending your free time watching educational videos like this and learning and growing and trying to improve. These are the people that are the best at digital marketing. So the big thing here is having something to show your potential employer or your potential clients. And even if your service is Facebook ads, Google ads, TikTok ads, really anything at all, you can still do this for yourself. You can still analyze a bunch of competitors. You can still make a post on Craigslist, let's say, completely for free, or reach out to a landscaper, reach out to someone in your town and say something along the lines of, hey, I'm willing to run this for you completely for free just to use it on my portfolio. And at the end of the day, you might get paying clients from this. We charge over $1,500 a month for doing marketing services. So think about it. If you're doing a bunch of free trials, this could be a great strategy, not just to build that portfolio, but maybe once you're building it, you'll end up growing a business accidentally. And this is one of the best things that you can do. Who's gonna say no to a free service, right? It's a no-brainer offer. Now, even if you're thinking, look, I don't want my own clients, I don't wanna deal with that headache, I still will push you to get your own clients, because maybe what you might find is you actually enjoy it. Think about it. The worst case scenario when you get clients is that you build up your portfolio, maybe you make some money, maybe you work with those clients and you realize you don't want to work with them, maybe they're nightmare clients even, but your portfolio is built and you can use that to get a high-paying job in a nice office with air conditioning, which it's not ideal. You don't want to work in a cubicle in a 9-to-5 your whole life, but still, it's a great entry point. Now, what's the best case scenario? Best case scenario You actually build a freelancer business. You grow it to $5,000 a month, $6,000 a month. And if you're offering a service like Facebook ads or Google ads, that's only 5 clients, 6 clients for you to be making a full-time income, all remote. You'd be traveling if you want. I'm in Brazil right now. Not only that, but then once you're at the 5 or 6K per month mark, you can actually start outsourcing the work, and you can actually transition into being a business owner. Now, I know you view yourself as a digital marketer. However, what you could do is hire people, right? As you travel, as you meet virtual assistants, as you meet people in other countries, you can build a team of people that do the work for you, right? You have someone that runs the ads for you, someone that maybe writes the copy, that builds the website, that does all the marketing services for you. So instead of looking for a job, you are now hiring other people to do the work. And if you're thinking that it's not as simple as just getting clients and then outsourcing the work, it's exactly that simple. What do the biggest law firms do? They do the exact same thing. When you call a plumber, what do? You call a plumbing company, you pay him $100, $150 to fix your toilet, and then that employee that they send to your house, they're paying maybe $40, $50 an hour. So they're making profit, right? That's how you grow a business. So be a freelancer and then start hiring other people and focus your time on getting more clients. That's exactly how you'll be able to scale.